Senator Rounds, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. General Alvin, first of all, I want to thank you and your family for your service to our country. When you're deployed, they are too. And when you're separated, it's not just you that's separated, it's them as well. And we appreciate that sacrifice that the family has made. Thank you. General Alvin, I also understand that the DOD and the NTIA study on the 3.1 to 3.45 gigahertz portion of the spectrum has been completed. It is being reviewed at senior levels in the department and will be published later this month. While it is not exactly as explicitly protective of the lower 3 gigahertz band that I think the facts merit, it is nevertheless important that I believe anyway, that the report suggests that it does not provide the commercial interest the carte blanche that they wanted to auction off this portion of the spectrum. As such, I anticipate members and their staffs will soon be hearing from the industry about their desire to move forward with some sort of a scheme despite the findings of the report. I remain unsure if the industry still does not know or just doesn't care about the national security ramifications that are at stake with regard to this part of the spectrum. I bring this up to set the stage and encourage you. It is imperative that you be forthright and clear on the impact that auctioning off the lower 3 gigahertz band of the spectrum would have on the Air Force's capabilities where you operate, and that the cost of developing the new systems could be substantial. Every senior DoD official that I have questioned this year has expressed concerns about sharing this portion of the spectrum due to the critical DoD systems that use and operate on it. General, if the study confirms the concerns expressed by DoD thus far, what would be your advice to the President and Congress?
Well, Senator, I appreciate that, and you can add me to the list of senior DoD officials who has concerned about the national security implications of this. And the reasons are really twofold. These are not only embedded in the systems that we need to operate, and we do not see technology that would enable us to share spectrum. So if the decisions were either to vacate or to preserve, the option to vacate would not only be cost prohibitive in my estimation, but it would not enable us to do the training and the testing that we need to do to maintain the readiness in this environment where we see an increasingly aggressive and assertive potential adversary. So I would say my advice would be to preserve the spectrum in the areas that we have it so we can maintain our readiness against potential adversaries.
Would it be fair to say that our adversaries would love to see us in a position where this portion of the spectrum was being depleted from DoD use?
Again, Senator, I can't get in their minds, but if I were our adversaries, I would certainly see that as an advantage.
Thank you. General Alvin, I was just out at Ellsworth Air Force Base 2 weeks ago. I was very impressed with Colonel Oakley, Chief Rasmussen, and the airmen of the 28th Bomb Wing as they prepare for the B-21 mission. Given the crucial role that the B-21 will play in our defense, both as a pillar of the nuclear triad and as a crucial component of our conventional forces in a near-peer fight, we need as many of these precious assets as we can get our hands on. Can you describe how important the B-21 will be to the conventional joint force fight in a highly contested environment like the Western Pacific?
Senator, first of all, thank you for recognizing the great leadership. We spent a lot of time talking about platforms and systems, but it's obviously the airmen that really make it all tick, and that's a fantastic leadership team that they have.
I agree.
There. But with respect to the B-21, Senator, I'm personally very excited about this program and the way that it was developed and what it's turning out to be in its performance, and cost, schedule, and performance adherence, all of these things. But more importantly, for what it's going to bring to us. When we look at the conventional fight in the Indo-Pacific, if that happens, we need all of the systems to be survivable. They need to be connected. They need to be able to be persistent. And the B-21 provides not only all of that, but also a great long-range strike capability. And as we look forward in our force design on which things are going to be the more important, getting that balance right of standoff and stand-in, long range and sort of within the close fight, the idea that the B-21 can penetrate allows it to operate across all of that space. It is going to be the backbone of our future bomber force, and we're very much looking forward to getting into the theater.
Fair to call it a badass weapon of war and peace?
Couldn't say it better myself, Senator.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.